Big Z Reviews. Silo is a new Apple TV science fiction mystery thriller show that finished its first season recently. And it is one of my favorite new TV shows of the year. I absolutely loved it.
Don't you ever think about the world beyond the silo?
What if what we see is not what's out there?
Down in mechanical, there's always someone who has a theory about the silo. And I need to find out the truth.
So this is actually really interesting. This was back in the day. My dad passed away almost 10 years ago now, but he was a huge reader. He read over 10,000 books in his life, and he I got him a tablet to read ebooks and that stuff. And I know he started getting to reading a couple of indie authors, and one that he had found was Hugh Howey, and that is the original author that this show is based on. I think it's called Dust, but how they first did it was really interesting. He was one of the first really successful self-published authors, and he did he would have the books in sections, almost back in the day when they'd be some of the books were first premiere chapters in a magazine or a zine or something like that. But he would release them, and he would have the first one was free, maybe first two were free, but then the third one was $1. Then the fifth one was $1.99, and then the newest ones are $5. Trying to get you that once you're hooked, you have to read the rest of the story. I think later then they were combined into three books, and I think that's the Dust trilogy or something like that. But this Silo, this was the series was kind of created by Graham Yost, and it has a lot of great actors. But I think the main star of this would be Rebecca Ferguson, and then the main villain is Common and Tim Robbins. But essentially, this world is kind of a lot like the opening of a Fallout game. Essentially, some apocalyptic event happened, and they created these silo for humanity to survive the apocalypse. But then now we're millennia in the future, and 100 years ago there was some great big revolution that someone rebelled and tried to leave and caused a bunch of trouble, and all the records were burned up. So now they really don't have any understanding about the world that they came from. They only know the world of the silo. And Rebecca Ferguson, she is a mechanic that's keeping the generator, the whole silo running. But the generator is starting to fail. But then also the other main character, you have a couple times you think that this is the main character, and the main character is dies. You have the sheriff and his wife. The sheriff, David Oyelowo, and the wife was Rashida Jones. And they're kind of the setup for the characters. Rashida finds stuff out about the silo that she's not supposed to know, and then they essentially, if you say you want to leave the silo, they allow you to leave, and you're supposed to clean off the camera, and then everyone that does it always dies. But she believes something else is going on, and that then there's also the sheriff then does it too, and then the sheriff wants Rebecca Ferguson to take over as the sheriff, even though she's the head of engineering. But she wasn't going to, but then her love interest dies mysteriously, and she thinks as a sheriff she can figure out what happened to him. And each episode is so interesting. There's so much stuff going on. And I love that, it's a sci-fi, a post-apocalyptic world, but the base of the story are these characters and this kind of mystery of, how the people died, and is it true? Is the world outside, is it healed? Could they all leave the silo, or is the world dead? And that everyone that goes out does die. There's so much interesting conspiracy stuff going on. There's so much this show has to offer, and it's so disappointing that when the final came, and no one was really talking about it. I know people watch stuff on Apple TV, but it's I feel like Apple TV doesn't usually get the buzz. New shows don't get the same buzz that other shows do, because there's just so much here. I think they're doing another season. I'm pretty sure they are. But this is just so good. I loved all the actors are so amazing in this, especially Rebecca Ferguson. Like, she carries this whole show on her back, and it's just, she is so good. And I just love that, like, all the different mystery aspects and thriller and action and just, and like, trying to figure out what the hell is going on in this world. Like, there's so much here to offer that I really hope everyone will watch, because it's an amazing show. Like, it's my favorite show of the year, probably. Like, I give it like a 10 out of 10. Silo is such an amazing show. I hope that more people find and watch. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.